Okay, thank you for coming back. I know I'm rambling a little because my brain is going crazy, but I am trying to make a point. This was the last photo I left off on, right? So this was taken on January 29th by the Canton PD. This is the kind of spot, the patch of kind of frozen grass where John was found. And there's not a lot of context, right? They don't pull back so you can see where this is in relation to the house, where this is in relation to the street. It's just a blob in the middle. The flagpole is right here, and you see the white fence, and you do see right up here in the corner, you can see where the fence ends and the house begins. So again, don't act like this is a half mile down the road. It's right here, and the windows are right up here. Now, what I'm about to show you is the coolest thing. When I saw this last year, my brain exploded. This person right here does these amazing 3D video reenactments of different crime scenes. And she's got a whole bunch of them. And she did like 4 videos last year on Karen Read. Unfortunately, TikTok's really picky about whose videos and stuff that you put in. So I'm just going to show you some still shots. I'm going to include her TikTok handle because you've got to go look at these. Like, take some time and go watch them. And it's from all different angles. She did a remodeling of the inside of the home, like all kinds of cool stuff. By the way, she did Sandra Massey, like she did all these other crime scenes, and it's really kind of cool. She does really good work. So this is a still shot, and she did this based on police reports and publicly available information of what happened at 34 Fairview. And by the way, here is her TikTok information right down here. But you can see here, she shows, right? Like, yeah, this is where John's body was found, right near the flagpole. And again, in this video, she's like, how the hell is there anybody in this house that doesn't see it? How the hell do all these people walk to their cars in the driveway and drive this way right past the damn body and not see it? I think this is another angle. The time is built on when Karen says they arrived, right? Like they arrived at 12:24. According to Karen. But you can see this one's important because you can see Higgins' Jeep at the end of the driveway, right? This is Higgins' Jeep right here at the end of the driveway. So it gives you proximity to where, okay, if this is where he is. And by the way, if he left at 1:30, he would have had to walk. I mean, maybe he walked down the driveway to get in his car, but he's right here. How did he not see this body laying in the yard? Now, what she does is she tells you, okay, according to the police, Karen pulled down the street and then she gunned it back 60 feet. And she even talks about, like, why would someone stand there when there's a car coming at them? Like, she brings up some really good points. But what she shows is this reenactment where the car hits and then it shows John, like, flying through the air and landing by the flagpole, right? And so she shows, like, kind of, and it's not flying through the air. The way Tully, I think it was, described him as, like, flippity-doopty upside down and coming down on his head. She shows it as almost like a shove back, like a shove back like this, and then he kind of flies. And he lands up by the flagpole. So she does show how this is maybe possible. But if you notice over here, this is the flagpole. This is the flagpole right here. Okay, so if this happened and his body was shoved back here, she also shows the cell phone flying through the air and it lands way on the other side of the yard. It does not end up under John. Now, the reason I showed you this cut from a Court TV video, this is the Court TV reporter. There's a black car parked right here, and it's almost perpendicular to the front door. Okay. Now, what they did was when they brought in Karen's SUV, and one of the reporters even says this, in last year's jury trip, Karen's car was parked right in front of the house. A reporter from WCVB News was at this year's, and he said this time around, they moved Karen's SUV further down the street, close to where the body was found to make it like more plausible for the jury. So this year, they put it and they place it right in front of that black car. So there's the black car I was talking about. And then they put her SUV right in front. The black car is perpendicular to the front door. So they're saying this is where Karen's vehicle hit John, right? The body is found just kind of probably where this guy is standing, but further back. Okay. That's what they're saying is the reality. The one thing I want to show you in this photo is the fire hydrant. Look where the fire hydrant is. So the story's shifting again. Remember, the story originally was she hit him down here further and he flew kind of here. But now that we all see the different angles and we realize the body was over here, she couldn't have hit him down here by the fire hydrant. There was conversation that did John actually hit his head on the fire hydrant? Was that what was caused the head injury? Like maybe that was plausible. They tossed out that theory too. So the fire hydrant is all the way down here. So she couldn't have hit him near the fire hydrant and had him wind up all the way over here. And they intentionally parked the car right here, saying this is where the incident happened. John's body was found right here. This is where the car was. So this is what they're saying now. But when Canton PD went back for their secondary search of 34 Fairview Road, there's a photo of taillight found near the fire hydrant. Early on, I think they were trying to say it happened right near the fire hydrant. John must have hit the fire hydrant. That's how he got his injuries, right? So here's all the taillight that's conveniently near the fire hydrant. And here's the close-up, right? The grass starts to melt, and magically they find all of these pieces right near the fire hydrant. But again, yesterday what the jury sees is here's the car, here's the back end of the car. Where that man is standing is basically where John's body was, over there a few more feet. So how the hell did taillight get all the way down here? Now, here's the explanation. As she was racing away, taillight was flying everywhere. Sure it was. Sure it was. I want to show you one more thing. When we talk about the blood evidence for a minute. Alan Jackson said in his opening statement, John suffered a blow to the head that was so severe it like rendered him immediately incapacitated. Anything we've seen from a description or pictures or anything, it describes it. And I'm going to use this as an example, right? It's this. It's described as a long gash like this on the back of his head, right? So if he flipped and landed on his head, his whole skull would be crushed. This was a cut. It was a cut going like this. It's probably a little wider than this, but it was almost like rectangle, like this. And there was blood all over his clothes, like his clothes were soaked with blood. Here's what's interesting. This is what the Canton PD said was the blood evidence at the scene that day. Do you see these little teeny tiny red dots? Man bleeding profusely from the back of his head. Entire back of his shirt is soaked in blood. This is the blood splatter. This is what they collected in the red Solo cups. I would think if this is where he lay dying for 5.5 hours with a horrible bleeding gash to the head, we would see it here somewhere. It's because this isn't where John bled. This is where John was dumped.